Hey, what's going on, guys? Angel Trades here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the news that has come out since I posted my last NIO video and update you guys on my thoughts on the recent fall in NIO stock price. I'm also going to give my thoughts on if I think NIO is a good buy at this level and if any recent news has changed my long-term trajectory and growth potential for this company. If you want to make sure that you are up to date on NIO stock, make sure you subscribe to my channel. We go over NIO news every single week, and I give my thoughts on the impact that it should have on the stock price. Make sure you hit that notification bell when you subscribe as well, so you don't miss any of my videos because most of them are time sensitive. Now I first have to address the recent fall in NIO stock price. I'll admit, with all the bullish news we've seen, I expected the uptrend to continue and at least hold that $60 level. Unfortunately, we've seen a broader market sell-off, which is dragging NIO's price down. Now, I also think that since a lot of people have been swing trading NIO when it first made its huge move a few months ago, they might be starting to take profits. Now, we know that this isn't institution selling, as you can see from the screenshot. We have 750 institutional investors with over 571 million shares. And last NIO video, I showed you the increase in institutional ownership since the last quarter, with Deutsche Bank increasing its bullish position by 50% last quarter as well. There's been no negative news when it comes to NIO recently, and you shouldn't worry about price swings, especially if they aren't news related. Now, the first piece of news that we're going to talk about is an article that was published on the 15th. The chairman of Sinopec, which is the world's largest supplier of refined oil products and petrochemicals and the second largest oil and gas producer in China, as well as the world's largest refining company and third largest chemical company, visited a NIO battery swap station during the Chinese New Year. The president of NIO briefed the chairman on the construction and operation of battery swapping stations, and they agreed to meet after the Chinese New Year to work together. Sinopec has over 30,000 gas stations in China, which is the second most in the entire world, and was ranked the second largest company in 2019. If NIO manages to secure a deal with Sinopec to bring their swap stations to Sinopec gas stations, that would make NIO swap stations extremely convenient and scatter them all over China. This would be huge to help generate sales in China over other competitors, because if there are swap stations everywhere, buyers might be more inclined to buy a NIO vehicle over other brands. Now, I think that NIO is going to try their best to secure this deal because they want to hit their goal of 500 battery swap stations in China by the end of 2021, and this deal would have the greatest impact on that. Now, we've talked before about the industrial park that NIO went into agreement with the Chinese government to help build. Now, we just received news that this factory will have an annual output of 300,000 new energy vehicles. Now, I know I have talked about the industrial park before, but we didn't know what the output was going to be per year. Now, I do think that the construction of this is going to take long, but I wouldn't be surprised if this factory is finished by the time NIO has to send out deliveries for their new ET7 in 2022. This is also going to be much bigger than their original plant, but their original plant is currently under expansion. I think NIO must have huge demand or expecting huge demand in the future if they're going to be making so much room for all this production. Now, back when the ET7 first launched on NIO Day, there was a rumor going around that it actually sold out in just a few minutes. Now, this construction of this new factory is definitely going to be something to look forward to for NIO investors and something I'm extremely excited about. I think it would be a waste of a lot of time and a lot of money if they were building this factory just to not have any deliveries. And for that reason, I have a huge bullish outlook on their deliveries for the next few years, and I think they're going to surprise everybody involved with the electric vehicle market. Once this factory is built and once the ET7 is finally out for delivery, I think that this is going to cause a lot of hype and the demand is going to skyrocket. Now, another article also came out about NIO's second generation battery swapping stations that were unveiled on NIO Day, and they're beginning final testing and is expected to begin deployment in April. The new generation battery swap stations can hold up to 13 batteries and has a daily service capacity 312 times higher than the first generation. The swapping can be activated by just one touch of the center screen, to which the car will be parked and the battery will change. The second generation battery swapping stations will be required to reach William Li's goal of 500 battery swap stations by the end of the year, and NIO currently has around 200 battery swapping stations. But like we've talked about in previous videos, they have multiple contracts to build more swapping stations this year, and they'll continue to get contracts from companies throughout the year, and I think we'll reach that goal, especially if we get a confirmed move into Europe and if we get a deal with Sinopec. Now, we also recently had Cathie Wood mention NIO for, I believe, the first time in a Yahoo Finance interview. Now, in this video, she believes that Tesla is still the #1 electric vehicle company in America, but she said that NIO is going to win the day in China.
So we think that China might hold the secret as to the next big winners. We know that NIO, we do not own NIO. It's a battery swapping company. So instead of charging, they swap batteries. That is going to win the day.
Now, as NIO investors, this is what we love to hear because China has about half of the EV market right now, and NIO winning over China is going to be a huge step for this company and the stock price to go up. If NIO manages to outdeliver Tesla in China, that's going to put no doubt in anybody's minds that NIO is a serious company and that they're going to be successful in the long-term future. Now, during that interview when she mentioned NIO, she talked about being a battery swap company, but she didn't talk about it being an electric vehicle company. Now, I think Cathie Wood just doesn't understand the fact that NIO is actually delivering these vehicles and are slowly creeping up on Tesla in China. Now, if you guys watch my channel and or subscribed, you'll know how much of a fan I am of Cathie Wood, but I think she's missing the mark here. Now, the company NIO is actually only 7 years old, and compared to Tesla when they were 7 years old, Tesla wasn't even selling any vehicles yet. NIO is currently at 7,000 deliveries a month, and their sales are increasing every single month. Now, I think Cathie might just be focused a little too much on Tesla and not really aware of what's going on in the EV market in China. But I don't think that she really understands the potential that NIO has here and the acceleration of growth that they've seen in the past year. Now, if we take a look at NIO on the 4-hour chart here, as you can see, it's taken a big dive in price and it's sitting at about $50 right now. But if you do look at the bottom of your screen here, these are the volume candles, and as you can see, the volume candles are super small, which means not many people are actually selling this stock and they aren't big sell orders. So that's a good sign, which means mostly retail is going to be selling this and these institutional investors are not selling the stock and the volume is not high enough for this to be really too much of a concern. Once we see some buying volume come in, we are likely to see a big jump in price, especially if we do get a good earnings report. Hey guys, Andrew from the future here, and we're actually at $47 today. We had a huge sell-off on today, which is Tuesday, that I'm going to be posting this video. I made most of my video yesterday, so that's why the prices were a little bit different, but we actually got some more confirmation here. As you can see, this huge buying volume candle and a big bounce off of this 41 level. Now, if we pull up the options chain on Robinhood here, you can see that the call premiums on NIO are actually extremely high. As you can see, you're still making over $100 even when you're close to 10% out of the money. Now, in the situation we're in where we could see a broader market sell-off and we won't see much until NIO Day earnings, this wouldn't be a bad idea to sell covered calls on your shares if you'd like. You're going to be hedging your downside a bit by collecting premium for every 100 shares that you have, and it's going to be before earnings, so you'll still have the possibility, if we do gap up, to reap the benefits. Now, of course, guys, make sure you do your own due diligence on covered calls and on NIO if you're going to be investing or running that strategy. I'm not a financial advisor. I just give you guys what I think is going to be some good plays. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. That's going to be the end of this NIO video today. Remember, I do come out with these every single week, so if you want to stay up to date on NIO news and my thoughts on it, just make sure you subscribe because we're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and we're at close to 1,500 right now, so we're making our way there. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.